our next guest is Assistant Secretary for Homeland Security, Tricia McLaughlin. We were looking forward to having you here on set, but there was travel complications, so we're glad that you could join from D.C. Tricia, listen to the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. She was on the Ingram Angle last night.
We have seen fascist pigs, ICE pigs, profanity. That was the graffiti that was sprayed at the ICE facility, and also the leaflets and brochures that we found on the person of those involved in this assault and attempted murder, and also in the location that we searched. So I think it's fair to say that this is an anarchist ideology. It's an anti-government ideology, and it has turned to violence. So
what do you know about that, and what can you tell us about the trend? Like, can we expect it to get worse?
We sure hope it isn't going to get worse, but Dana, to that point, our ICE enforcement officers, our law enforcement are seeing a 700% increase in assaults against them. Over the weekend, we saw 3 of these different incidents. There was as well Border Patrol were shot at. They were ambushed as well, again in Texas. We saw this again in Portland. This is something our Homeland Security investigators and the FBI and other interagency partners are really digging into. But there's something broader going on, and it's that politicians and the media alike are trying to normalize violence and attack against our law enforcement. You look at Karen Bass out of California, Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz, all of them likening ICE enforcement officers and our first responders to the Nazis, to the modern-day Gestapo. That is giving a free pass to these lunatics to take action and really get someone killed. It's despicable, and it is incumbent upon Democrat politicians and the media to turn this rhetoric down.
Okay, speaking of Democratic politicians, looks like you're going to have an issue in places like Chicago, Los Angeles, maybe even New York City. Here's Karen Bass and Brandon Johnson, respectively LA and Chicago, on that.
We are a city of immigrants, and we will stand with Angelenos regardless of what country they came from, when they got here, or why they're here. And so with that, I am proud to stand in unity as we file this lawsuit.
Our local police department will not ever cooperate with ICE. Whatever their constitutional authority is.
So I want to know how you're going to manage that. And we have a mayor's race here in November. We're not quite sure who's going to win, but you might be able to put New York City on that list as well. When you hear the mayor of Chicago say, our local police department will not ever cooperate with ICE, how do you respond?
The facts remain that 70% of the arrests of illegal immigrants in this country either have prior criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. We are going after the worst of the worst. So these spineless leaders are protecting those criminal illegal aliens that we are going after. That includes terrorists, MS-13 gang members, Tren de Aragua, child rapists, murders. Keep in mind, Dana and Bill, we have arrested almost 600 known or suspected terrorists within the United States. 2,700 members of Tren de Aragua, a vicious gang that kills, rapes, and maims Americans for sport. That is who these politicians are protecting. And unfortunately, because they won't let us in these jails to lodge detainers and eventually deport these depraved individuals, we're going to have to go out in the streets and really flood the zone to get these criminals off of our streets. And it makes it a lot less safe for these communities.
Indeed. Hey, let's switch gears and give you a chance to talk about something that everyone's very happy about, and that is this change in policy from the Department of Homeland Security at TSA. When you go through the airport, you no longer have to take your shoes off. Now, I heard Secretary Noem talk about this is one thing about convenience, of course, and public customer service, but also the technology has improved to allow this change. What can you tell us?
Absolutely. So the no shoes policy was instituted in 2006, almost 20 years ago. TSA, our security posture, and our technology has rapidly evolved in those 20 years. So we know Now you can keep your shoes on during TSA security screening. We can maintain the same great level of security while keeping faster lines and also greater hospitality. So this is very exciting for the American people. I'm excited to keep my shoes on when I travel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just remember why it happened. You know, you had a guy who tried to light a plane on fire by lighting the explosives on his shoes. Yeah, praise for the technology that we've improved on that. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you in New York next time you're in town.
Thanks, Tricia.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Dana.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.